my passionate and loyal Scorpio friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. As Scorpio, this week opens with a hush you may know too well. There's a certain tension under your skin, like you're holding the reins of something powerful, but not quite sure how hard to pull. The air feels charged, even when nothing is happening. You can sense the possibility of movement, forward, backward, or in circles, but you keep it close, almost secret. It's as if you're watching yourself from a distance, waiting for a sign or a push, yet you're the only one who could ever give it. There's an ache for decisive motion, but also an unspoken caution, a knowledge that every action carves out a consequence. You might notice how easily your mood shifts from anticipation to restlessness, how your desire to move is tangled up with uncertainty about where you're truly headed. Amid all this, there's a quiet determination, a refusal to let others see how hard you're working to keep everything under control. Still, underneath it all, there's a question you can't quite voice. Will you let yourself trust your own momentum, or will you keep holding back until the tension becomes too much? You're sitting in the seat of the chariot now. It's not about speed, but about the way you grip the wheel. This week, your inner state is one of tightly managed willpower. Every feeling is filtered through your instinct to direct, to lead, to maintain some sense of mastery over what's happening inside and around you. You've built up layers of self-control, maybe as a shield, maybe as a way to make sense of your own intensity. Even as you crave movement, you're careful, almost meticulous about how you show it. Others might see confidence or poise, but inside, you're navigating a storm of conflicting urges. One part of you wants to charge ahead, the other part wants to pause and double-check every step. There's a quiet pride in how much you can withstand, how much you can push through simply by deciding you will. But this week, that focused energy can feel both exhilarating and exhausting. The more you try to direct the flow, the more you become aware of the effort it takes to keep your emotions in line. Sometimes, the sheer act of holding yourself together becomes its own kind of friction. You may find yourself replaying old arguments in your mind, or anticipating challenges before they arrive, just to be ready. Underneath this, there's a longing for release, a wish to let go and trust that your instincts won't lead you astray. But for now, you stay in control, gripping the reins tightly, aware of every subtle shift in direction. The road ahead looks open, but you're not sure if you're steering toward something that calls you, or simply away from what you fear. In this state, you're both the driver and the passenger, feeling every bump, every jolt, every moment of acceleration and hesitation. From this place of internal command, your week's events begin to gather momentum. The way you hold yourself, steady, determined, yet cautious, shapes how you meet what unfolds. Your need to stay in control creates opportunities and challenges alike. It's as if the world responds to your tension with its own, nudging you to act, to decide, to risk a little more. The path ahead is shaped by how you respond to these invitations, whether you choose to slow down or let the current carry you forward. Soon the Knight of Wands steps into the scene, not as a promise but as the flavor of the week's unfolding. Events pick up speed, new ideas or temptations flicker across your horizon. There's a restless energy in the air, one that almost dares you to break out of your usual patterns. You might notice a surge of passion, a feeling that something needs to be done right now, or else it might slip away. This is not a gentle nudge, but a bold, almost reckless momentum. Conversations get sharper, decisions feel more urgent, and you may feel pushed to act before you've had time to think things through. The friction between your desire for control and the world's insistent pace can leave you feeling both invigorated and impatient. There's excitement in the possibility of shaking things up, but also a risk of burning out if you try to do everything at once. The Knight of Wands energy brings out your adventurous side, but it also tests your boundaries. You're aware of how quickly things can change, how one decision can lead to a cascade of consequences. The week may bring moments when you want to leap before you look, to trust your first impulse and see where it leads. Yet that old caution lingers, reminding you of what's at stake if you rush in blindly. Opportunities may come in waves, a sudden invitation, a chance to speak your mind, a project that demands more of you than you expected. Each one asks you to balance your drive with your discernment, to let your enthusiasm light the way without letting it consume you. This push and pull between action and restraint becomes the central tension of your path, shaping the choices you make and the way you carry yourself through each day. It becomes clear that what emerges from this week does not simply happen to you. It is shaped by how you meet the moment. The surge of energy and possibility will not force your hand. Instead, your potential reveals itself to the degree that you engage with awareness, choosing when to act and when to hold back. Possibility hangs in the air, but it waits for your conscious participation, your willingness to notice the patterns you're repeating, and to meet them with a new kind of attention. The Nine of Wands rises quietly, offering not a finish line but a threshold. This is not about victory or defeat, but about recognizing your resilience. The week invites you to see how far you've come, not as a boast, but as a gentle acknowledgement of your persistence. There may be moments when you feel tired, wary, or even a little defensive. Old wounds or doubts might resurface, reminding you of past struggles. Yet the invitation here is not to retreat, nor to push past your limits, but to honor the strength that comes from simply staying present with what is. Growth this week isn't about conquering obstacles or proving your worth. It's about noticing the endurance already woven into your story. You may realize you can hold both vulnerability and determination at once, that your sensitivity is not a weakness but a source of quiet power. If you meet the week with conscious engagement, the possibility arises to trust yourself a little more, to let your guard down just enough to breathe more freely. This is a chance to recognize your ability to stand your ground without hardening your heart. The Nine of Wands suggests a gentle turning point, where resilience becomes less about bracing for the next challenge and more about allowing yourself to rest in the knowledge that you have already survived so much. The invitation is to soften, to let the armor shift, and to see what new growth might appear in the space you create. Looking back across the week, the story these three cards tell is subtle but profound. You begin with the tension of the Chariot, the inner drive to stay in control, to move forward with purpose even as you wrestle with uncertainty. The world meets your stance with the fiery energy of the Knight of Wands, urging you to act, to risk, to let passion have its say. Yet that same momentum tests your boundaries, challenging you to hold steady when the pace picks up and to choose your battles wisely. As the days unfold, you may notice how much of your energy comes from this dance, between desire and caution, action and reflection, drive and restraint. By week's end, the Nine of Wands offers a moment of pause, a gentle recognition of your endurance. You see that growth is not always about force or speed, but sometimes about the willingness to remain open even when you feel exposed. The week does not demand heroics, only that you meet each moment as honestly as you can. In this way, tension is transformed, not by denying it, but by allowing it to show you what you're capable of holding. Even in uncertainty, you are not alone with your struggle. There is reassurance in the simple act of showing up for yourself, again and again. The energy of this week, in all its restlessness and resolve, gradually gives way to a quieter confidence, a sense that you can trust yourself to navigate whatever comes. The wheel is in your hands, but you are also free to let the journey unfold, knowing you have already proven your strength many times before. Actionable insights for Scorpio this week. Let yourself pause when you feel the urge to rush and notice what happens inside. Try doing one thing at a time, giving your full attention to each step. Allow yourself to rest for a moment before making a decision, just to see how you feel. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I notice my tension and I stay present. I trust the energy I carry is enough. My boundaries are real, but they can soften. I am steady, even when things move quickly. By week's end, I know I can rely on myself. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.